Hi students, welcome back to our session. Today's session we are going to discuss statistics. Okay, now we are going to discuss the chapter graphical representation. Graphical representation. We have the learning sequence. Learning sequence. We are going to discuss the introduction. And the second topic, histogram. And the third topic, OG graph. Or even you can say it is cumulative frequency curve. Cumulative frequency curve. Now I am going to give the introduction. A statistical data in a raw or grouped form. So raw, it is nothing but we have already discussed. You will be having that numerical values, this sequence of numbers. For example, 10, 2.5, 6, 8, 9. Set of collected numerical facts we used to call it as data. Now we are going to consider a given values. It is marks obtained. Marks obtained by 5 students in a test of 10 marks. Okay, this we used to call it as a raw. The next one, it is a grouped form. Okay, what is meant by grouped form? Now here marks obtained 10 students in a test of 50 marks. 10, 20.5, 40, 30, 15, 25, 19, 49, 46, 38, 10 marks they have given. Grouped form means now I am going to make a class interval here, 0 to 10, and then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay, now listen carefully. Now 0 to 10, the number of students are only 10 we have. Now listen carefully. You may raise the doubt here. This 10, it is included for the first class interval or second class interval. The first class interval upper limit, it is equal to the next class interval lower limit. So this we used to call it as continuous distribution. Continuous distribution. In the class interval, the upper limit is not included. Okay, so here 0 to 10, no values. 0 to till 9, you need to take. Don't take a 10 values. 10 it is included for the second interval. So here a number of students 0 to 10 empty, and the next 10 to 20. 10 we have 15, 19, only 3. So here it is 3. Next to 20 to 30, 20.5, 25, 2. Next we have 30 to 40. So 30 to 40 means 30 we have, 38 we have, only 2. Don't take 40. 40 it is going to be included for the next class interval. So I am going to write only 2 here. The next one, 40 to 50. 1, 2, 3. So here it is 3. Now if you want to find out frequency, the total number of students, if you want to find, just you have to add 3 plus 2 it is 5, 5 plus 2 it is 7, 7 plus 3 it is 10. The total number of students here it is 10. Is it clear to all? Once again I will repeat. When you have the continuous distribution, upper limit it is not included in the class interval. Only you have to take before that number. The upper limit is not included in the continuous distribution. Only this you have to remember. Okay, now the statistical data in a raw or it is a grouped form can be represented by the geometrical diagrams, which are normally called graphs. The graphical representation of the data makes reading interest, less time consuming, and easily understandable. There are various ways of representing numerical data graphically. In this chapter, we shall study the following only three types. The first one, histogram. The second one, frequency polygon. And the third one, OG graph. Okay, now first we are going to discuss histogram. A two-dimensional graphical representation of a continuous frequency distribution is called as histogram. Okay, histogram, it is nothing but a two-dimensional graphical representation. A two-dimensional graphical representation of the continuous frequency distribution. We used to call it as histogram. A histogram is a common graphic way of representing data. Histogram especially important because they shows the distribution of the data that provides important information. Okay, what is the procedure to draw the histogram? Procedure. First point, represent the data in the exclusive form. First you have to check the given class interval. It should be in the form of exclusive. Exclusive means it is nothing but the continuous distribution. Continuous distribution. This we used to call it as exclusive form. If it is inclusive, means you have to convert this inclusive form to the exclusive. So inclusive, it is nothing but discontinuous. If it is a discontinuous, you have to convert the given class interval into the form of exclusive. Then you have to start solving the problems. The second step, we need to mark the class interval in the x-axis. It should be a uniform scale. And you have to mark frequency in the y-axis. It should be in the uniform scale, on uniform scale. And then you have to construct rectangles with the class interval. Construct rectangles. Base, it should be class interval corresponding frequency. Corresponding frequencies has a height. Y-axis, the class intervals you have to mark in the x-axis. It is nothing but the base. Now we'll start solving the problem. It is not necessary that you have to take x-axis and y-axis in a same scale. It is not necessary. The selection of the scales, it's depend upon our convenience and the type of data what we have. Should not confuse histogram with a bar chart. The bar chart, the height of each bar matters and not its width. Therefore one dimensional. When it comes to the histogram, the height as well as the width of each bar matters. Therefore it is two dimensional. You should not get confused with the histogram with a bar chart. Histogram, it is a two dimension. Height and as well as width. Height and width of each bar, it is a matter. Whereas in the bar chart, height of each bar, it is is a matters, not width. One more condition here, just you have to remember, when the scales along the x-axis does not start at the origin, sometimes the frequency it is going to be starts with 1000 to 2000. The class interval it is going to be starts like this. So in this condition, see, this is a graph intercepting x-axis and y-axis, both intercepting, just we are going to take it as origin. The class interval, it is not compulsory it has to start from 0. Even consider it as 1000 also. Unit scale you can consider it as 1000 also. But you have to show a kink or a break or a zigzag curve near to the origin along the x-axis. So just you have to show like this. From that point origin to that first unit, just you have to draw this zigzag curve. This it's represents when the scale along the x-axis does not starts at the origin. For example, it starts with 1000. We have to show it by kink or break, or you have to show the zigzag curve. This it is compulsory you have to show. If you didn't show, they will think that it is going to be starts from the origin. So when the value is not started from the 0 to 10, 10 to 20 means then you are going to represent the diagrams like this. If it is not started with a 0, it started with 1000 means you have to draw the zigzag curve for one unit, then later you have to start taking the intervals. Now we are going to start solving the exercise problems. The first one, the following table gives the marks obtained by 100 students in an entrance examination they have given the following table gives the marks obtained by 100 students. So here total number of students it is 100. In an entrance examination, marks obtained 0 to 10 in the class interval. 4 students are there. 10 to 20 you have 10 students. 20 to 30 16 students. 30 to 40 22 students. Between 40 to 50 you have 20 students. 50 to 60 18 students. 60 to 70 8 students. 20 to 80 you have 2 students. Now you have to represent the data on the histogram. Okay, how to represent it? Solution. Tips to construct histogram. Before going to start taking the values, you have to check the given values is in the form of inclusive or exclusive. So here we have it is exclusive form. So exclusive, it is nothing but the continuous form, continuous distribution. Continuous distribution, it is nothing but the first class interval, the upper limit it is going to be equal to the next class interval lower limit. Again, if you take the class interval, the second class interval, upper limit 20, it is going to be equal to the next class interval lower limit. So this it is in the form of exclusive. We can say it is continuous distribution. This is the first step number 1 we have done. Next, the second you have to take step 2. Take a 1 centimeter on x-axis has 10 units. 1 centimeter length I have taken 10 units, as well as we need to take 1 centimeter on y-axis as 2, because you have this is 410, so it is less than 30, so I can take 1 centimeter as 2 units. It is nothing but marks. We are taking 2 units. Now we are going to construct the corresponding given data. First you have to write that values. This is 10, 20. Upper limits you need to take 30, 40, 50, etc. till 80 you need to take. This y-axis, just I am going to take that 1 centimeter is equal to 2 units. So 2, 4, 6 etc. up to we need to take 22. I'm going to draw the diagram. Okay, now if you see this, this is how that histo diagrams it is going to be. Okay, now listen carefully. Here I have taken in the x-axis the class intervals. This is the first class interval. You have 0 to 10. So here the 0 to 10, the value it is going to be 4. This 10 to 20. 10 to 20, the value we have 10, the frequency, the number of students, and 20 to 30, 16 members, same as it is. 30 to 40, you have 22 students, and 40 to 50, it is 20, and 50 to 60, it is 18 members we have, and 60 to 70, it is 8 members, and 70 to 80, it is 2 members. So this is how we need to draw the diagram. Therefore, the required histogram. Therefore, this is a required histogram.